This is Optimal Relationships Daily, episode 2229, 5 Skills Teens Need for Adulthood and How to Teach Them, by Dr. Susan Chanderbhan of Chanpsych.com. Hello, everybody, and thanks a lot for joining me today here on ORD. I'm your host, Greg Audino, ready to dive into our parenting leg of the week, which is each Thursday and Friday. And today's post comes from Dr. Susan Chanderbhan, a therapist and parenting expert. She'll be discussing how to teach teens skills that are necessary for adulthood, and of course I'll offer my commentary on the article afterwards. So let's hear what Dr. Susan has to say as we optimize your life. 5 Skills Teens Need for Adulthood and How to Teach Them, by Dr. Susan Chanderbhan of Chanpsych.com. As a parent, thinking about everything you want to teach your teen can be overwhelming. A lot of it will come naturally, but the most important thing you can do is ensure they're prepared for adulthood. When they step out into the real world on their own, you want to be sure they're confident enough to make the right choices. So now is the time to start teaching them the skills they'll need to adult on their own. One of the best ways to teach them these skills is to lead by example. When your teen sees how you handle your regular responsibilities, they're going to learn a lot from it. But there are also some things you can directly teach them. With that in mind, let's cover 5 skills teens need for adulthood and how you can teach them. Number 1, the basics of budgeting. Money management isn't always easy for teenagers. If your teen has a part-time job, they're already one step ahead. But they might be used to being able to spend their paychecks on wants rather than needs. Teaching your teen how to budget is an essential skill they'll carry with them forever. By teaching them healthy financial habits now, you can help them avoid severe debt and make it easier for them to make smart investments in the future. It's important to talk about money and how to think about it. Model for your child how you approach money, how you go about making choices about where you spend your money. Model for your teen that resources are not unlimited and choices have to be made. Remember, you're not on your own. There are resources that you can access that will help you teach your child about money and budgeting. If, as you think about talking to your child about money, you find yourself becoming anxious, then it might be time for you to consider exploring your own anxieties around money management. Consider working with a therapist to help you explore and resolve these issues. Number 2, time management. When you're a teenager, it's easy to think you have all the time in the world to get things done. Your teens might know how to manage their time when it comes to getting schoolwork done or getting to work on time. But teaching the art of time management is more complicated than that. You can help them master this skill by setting boundaries with things that distract them, including electronics. Help them establish a daily routine and encourage them to stick with it, and help them with to-do lists so they can prioritize the most important things first. Number 3, problem solving. As a parent, it's sometimes tempting to fix everything your teen might struggle with. However, letting them work things out independently will benefit them more in the real world. If you see your teenager struggling, give them suggestions and a different perspective on how to reach their goal, but don't do it for them. Letting your teen fail sometimes is one of the best ways to build resiliency and make them better problem solvers. Number 4, emotional intelligence. Some people seem to naturally have more emotional intelligence than others. But even if you're concerned that your teen lacks strength in this area, you can help them build more EI. Encouraging your teen to recognize how others feel, being an active listener, and prioritizing communication within your household will help boost their emotional intelligence. They'll step out into the real world with more empathy, and their relationships will likely be stronger and healthier. Emotional intelligence can also help them succeed in their career. And number 5, self-care. It might seem silly to think that you have to teach self-care, but not everyone prioritizes their well-being the way they should. One of the best ways to teach your teen self-care is to model it yourself. Get enough sleep. Maintain a healthy diet. Stay physically active. Make sure your teen sees your efforts as well as the benefits. Self-care isn't just great for your physical health, but your mental wellness too. If your teenager sees you prioritizing your mental well-being, it can help to eliminate any societal stigmas that might keep them from taking care of their mental health too. Obviously, there are many additional skills you might want to teach your teen before they reach adulthood, But these can help you get started. The more you involve yourself in your teen's life now by helping them learn these skills, the more comfortable and confident you'll be when it's time for them to leave the nest. You just listened to the post titled, 5 Skills Teens Need for Adulthood and How to Teach Them by Dr. Susan Chanderbhan of Chanderbhan.com, and I'll be back right after this with my commentary. And thank you to Dr. Susan for this post, one that all parents can consider, and I dare say one that is full of lessons we can teach our kids at many stages of life. You can start some of these teachings when they're kids, before they're teenagers. Others may still need to be tended to after their teen years and into early adulthood. Each child and parent-child relationship is unique, so I encourage you to explore what they look like under your roof. And if I had to add another to this list, my 6th bullet probably would be perspective, particularly when it comes to achievement. There are so many kids who have unusually high or unusually low expectations of themselves, assuming that their capabilities are set in their teen years and never really due to change. So if you have a child who believes they're so talented that they should skyrocket to the top of their area of interest, or a child who feels hopelessly unskilled, remind them about the effects of time and work ethic. A gifted teen still has so much to learn and achieve because they're so young. This can help keep them motivated and not give something up if they don't find immediate success like they might expect to otherwise. And likewise, a teen who is overwhelmed by the adulthood in front of them can breathe a bit easier when they're reminded that all high-achieving adults started somewhere and that time is very much on their side. So think about that, parents. It's time to wrap things up for now, but I thank you for being here and choosing to do right by your relationships today. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow in the Friday show, where I'll have another parenting post and where your optimal life awaits.